Guys, James Charles is being called out for a lot of things lately. His feud with Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star, defending Charli D'Amelio when she lost 1 million followers, supporting Dixie D'Amelio's racist TikTok. This is just to name a few. Well, now he's being called out for microaggressive behaviour. And guys, this is the second time this year he's been called out for this. What the heck? So sit back, get your tea ready, and let's investigate. James Charles recently left a nasty comment telling a TikToker to never have children. He then immediately deleted his comment because he started receiving backlash. And this woman actually has kids of her own. This was the TikToker's video that made James leave that comment.
He's not going to wear a dress. Even though the world laughs at it, scoffs at it, mocks at it, makes you feel bad. When you are a parent, you decide what is acceptable in your household. The same way Eliana is not going to be walking around looking like she's grown when she's 13 years old. It's not acceptable. My husband does not wear dresses. My son is not going to wear dresses. As a parent, I decide what I want my children to do until my children become of age. When he's 18 years old, then he can go about his business and do whatever he chooses to do because he is an adult. The Bible says, train up your child in the way he should go. And a lot of parents are shirking this duty to be hip, to be cool, to look a certain way for people on social media, and I'm never going to do that. I'm going to raise my children to what I believe is biblically solid, and whether they choose to follow that or reject that when they get older, that's perfectly up to them.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, people have mixed opinions on this. Some agreed with James, others said that everyone has their own opinions on how to parent. After James left his comment, she had responded.
Hi, James Charles. So I saw your whole situation with Trish and I thought, oh, okay, makes sense. He can defend himself. But then for you to turn around and do something very similar to me is just very hypocritical of you and very obnoxious. I've seen you pop up on my feed millions of times and I've never once thought it was appropriate to harass you or wish some unkindness upon you for your lifestyle. It is crazy to me that there are literal child molesters out there, people who beat and starve their kids, and you all are so pressed because I say that it's not acceptable in my house for my son to wear a dress. I'm going to continue to parent the way I see fit in my household, James Charles, because this is my household. And just because you're a celebrity on the internet with millions of followers is not going to change my mind. My foundation is stronger than man's approval. So carry on, James.
So James got called out for microaggression due to his comment, but then the lady who'd made the TikTok got called out for microaggression against the LGBTQIA+ community. So then James's fans did some digging and found a pretty disturbing video the woman had previously made.
See, the thing is, as a believer, I recognize that sin is sin. And you've noticed that there's a lot of churches where they put hierarchies on sin. That being a homosexual is a lot worse than you lying to somebody, or being someone who sleeps around is a lot worse than you not loving your neighbor. But to God, they're all sin. And so when my children sin in my household, I'm not just going to kick them out. That's unrealistic and ridiculous. I'm going to tell them, hey, this is what God says. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And I will continue to encourage them in the admonition of the Lord for as long as I am their parent. When a child becomes 18, they are an adult and they can choose their own path. And then my work is done. And so for everybody calling me homophobic and racist, that is a lie from hell. I am not afraid of what the world may throw at me, because Jesus is living in me.
After people found this video, everyone kind of sided with James. So moving on from this, James has gotten himself into even more drama. Let's rewind a little. Dixie D'Amelio had posted a TikTok the other day dancing to one of Trisha's old rap covers where she said the N-word. The reason Dixie did this was to clap back at Trisha for making countless TikTok commentary videos about her and her sister's behaviour last week. Basically, what happened was they posted a video with their family and James Charles eating dinner. Dixie was seen pretending to throw up her food her chef had made her, and Charli was complaining that she hadn't had 100 million followers when she had 99 million followers. So anyway, going back to Dixie's TikTok, she received an immense amount of backlash for playing this insanely offensive audio and smiling and dancing to it. Dixie then tweeted, "I deleted the video because my point that I was trying to make was proven and I don't need to promote the sound. I made my point, it's done, it's over, and Charli is the queen. Good good night. After Dixie and her sister started getting cancelled, James stuck up for them and had tweeted, "This Charlie situation is not sitting right with me. 100 million followers in 1 year, and y'all expect her to know how to be a perfect role model? It's because she's a picky eater and made jokes about a milestone? 30-plus-year-olds dragging someone half their age? Feels familiar." Trisha Paytas had responded, "Imagine always being the victim in every situation. James, how do you do it? How are you so perfect? I know it's easy to deflect to me now, but imagine being James Charles. More hated than even Trisha Paytas. Woo, what a feat. P.S. Stop stealing small creators' art, clothing, makeup looks, etc. Definitely have always said no one deserves to be cancelled. Everyone has room for growth/positive influence. Except James Charles. Please cancel him. He's a forever victim with a superiority conflict. Has never said sorry his whole life, / hangs out with underage girls regularly. Dixie D'Amelio. I said this 10 years ago and have since responded numerous times. You danced and smiled to it yesterday. Where's your apology? Not cool in 2020, girl." Trisha also commented on Dixie's TikTok by making a few TikTok exposing videos of Dixie, calling her out and explaining why she sang that rap song 10 years ago.
So apparently I missed Dixie, but I saw it. Dixie D'Amelio, 19-year-old, dancing to a sound of me singing the N-word from an NWA song. I was 22 at the time. I'm 32 now, so 10 years old. Definitely have apologized for that video numerous times. I'll continue to apologize because it's gross. Saying the N-word is gross. But here's what trips my trigger. Dixie was dancing to a song with the N-word not bleeped yesterday. I said the word 10 years ago. How come you and your sister have done multiple dances to the N-word? Just because you go, when it's said, doesn't make it okay. She says this, "I don't need to promote a racist sound," but you did. You did on a very big platform, 4 million followers. I made that video 10 years ago when I had 10,000 followers. It's family, man. And my videos about James Charles all got taken down. A lot of people think I deleted them. They got taken down because they mention actual inappropriate, questionable, that could lead to illegal behavior. I talk about it on my Twitter because I don't want to talk about it on here, but that's why they got taken down. It's fine if y'all think I'm canceled. Like, this ain't nothing new. You know, this ain't nothing new. Canceling me for words I said 10 years ago. Okay, I'll take it. But this shit's happening now. Dixie continues to dance the N-word. So does Charlie. Doing this. To me, it's gross. I called it out a long time ago. I'll call it out again. And then the James situation's a whole other level of grossness. The Charlie, Dixie, whatever. It's silly. It's whatever. But bringing that up, trying to make me look bad, is like, bitch, it's been out there. I've been looking bad. Anyways. So they want to call me out for skeletons in my closet 10 years ago, which are out. It's not a secret. I've apologized numerous times, but it's cool. I'll apologize again. I shouldn't have said the N-word. Now, James accused me of being also a Trump supporter, among other false allegations, saying that I voted for Trump was his specific words. I'm a registered independent, and I voted for Biden this year. When I talked about Trump years ago, I never even voted. Now, why is that not okay? I think have your political beliefs. I'm open, whatever you want to do. But Dixie's dad is a literal politician, a literal Republican.
So when all this drama was going down, James lost his shit because Trisha had also called James creepy pretty much for hanging out with Charlie, who's significantly younger than him.
How is it that James Charles is the victim in every single situation?
I didn't want to respond to this because I didn't want to give Trisha the attention that she's clearly craving. However, I've now been accused of being a child. And this is not an accusation that I'm going to take lightly. To insinuate that the relationship between Charlie and I is anything other than just a friendship is absolutely disgusting. I don't need Charlie, and Charlie does not need me. I became friends with the D'Amelio family as a whole very, very early on because this is all very, very new to them, and I wanted to be a friend and a mentor in any way that I possibly could. And Charlie and I, despite not being the same age, had one thing in common, which was coming to the spotlight at a very, very young age. This is something that Trisha has never experienced because the only reason she is in the spotlight is because she has said things. She said the N-word, she's done blackface, she offended the trans community, she offended the DID community, she said wasn't that bad of a guy, voted for Trump, and has started a fight with about every single other creator on this platform. You are in no position to be talking about me and my career, so I highly recommend that you stop starting fights with people that are half your age, pack it up, and work on holding yourself and your best friends around you because they and you are the problem.
Now, of course, Jeffrey, being Jeffrey, has to get involved in every drama, started shouting aggressively on his Instagram story responding to James Chihuahua.
I guess yesterday there was a bunch of drama with other people not involving me, but people still want to mention my name. First of all, I have no idea what happened. I don't give a happened. I'm too busy worrying about me, myself, my family, and I don't care. I don't entertain it. So if you were friends with me and you're not anymore, keep my fucking name out of your mouth, bitch.
Saucy, saucy. What are your thoughts on all this drama? Let me know in the comments.